So that doesn't really help you. There's no support. And then you go into the literature and you think, okay, I'm going to get some real factual information from there. 51 publications, and we're using the, the accepted binomial name here. Most of those are actually incorrect. You go into the genetic information, and I think this is really worrying, because here you would expect that they would have the DNA of the correct species, but 75% of those that are wrong. So, that's trying to build up the standards, and again, because of lack of taxonomic experience, putting this data to, doing the work on these species. And when you go then to use the synonym, which is the one that's in the Chinese for pharmacopoeia, you actually find that it's absolutely spot on. The taxonomy is right. But again, it's the synonym, it's not the up-to-date name. So part of our efforts to try on the Chinese side, we've been, Chris Leon has been travelling to different parts of China, collecting samples, working with the Chinese, so that we have this collection of traditional Chinese drugs, herbarium samples, DNA samples, samples that we can use for chemistry, etc., to assist us put the names, the chemical profiles and the DNA together. So there is this platform of information that we can then use to assist authenticate plants that are going to be used by others. And this just gives an overview of the type of information that we're gathering. So in a regulatory way, and this is a slide put together by Rudy Bauer, is to be able to use some of this information to assist with things like the EU legislation. So, especially say on something like Chinese, working with people on the good agricultural practice. At the moment at Kew we're actually doing some translations of good agricultural practice from the Chinese into the English, and then looking at that quality control, helping to do the taxonomy. And then obviously there's a lot of work going on with others on the quality control, looking at the pharmacopoeia, but also looking at what needs to be done to update the pharmacopoeia. To assist, provide some of that background work that can be available to support others who are involved in taking products based on traditional Chinese medicines to market. It's much easier, I think, where you have that traditional knowledge and the basics for something like the traditional Chinese medicine than the lack of information for a lot of material from parts, especially of Africa. So there, I'm going to finish, and I think Taipei going to come in.
Thank you very much.
So,